Kazuto stopped speaking the day his father died. It happened suddenly during the last days of harvest season. His father fell from the edge of the irrigation canal while fixing a broken pipe. The current was stronger than anyone expected. By the time they found him, it was too late. Kazuto, just 12, stood barefoot in the muddy field as they pulled the lifeless body from the water. He didn't cry. He didn't scream. He just disappeared inside himself. He no longer ran through the village paths, no longer asked questions about the stars or the sound frogs made before rain. He stopped helping in the fields. He even stopped looking people in the eye. For 3 weeks, the only sound Kazuto made was the rustle of his footsteps in the dry leaves on the way to school. And even there, he sat in the last row, silent. Most teachers let him be. Some whispered that grief would pass in time, but one man didn't believe in waiting. Mr. Takeda was Kazuto's literature teacher, a quiet man with gray hair and tired eyes who always smelled faintly of old books and green tea. He had taught in the village for over 30 years and had seen many kinds of silence. One afternoon, while the other students were at lunch, Mr. Takeda found Kazuto sitting alone under the old maple tree by the schoolyard. He handed him a notebook with a worn leather cover. He didn't say anything, just left the notebook beside the boy and walked away. The next day he did the same, and the next, until Kazuto finally opened it. On the first page in neat handwriting it read, "Sometimes we can't speak, so we write. One word is enough." Kazuto stared at the page for hours. That night he dreamed of his father's voice, reading him old Japanese fables, the ones with talking foxes and brave farmers. In the dream, his father wasn't gone. He was just quiet, watching from the edge of the rice field. The next morning, Kazuto picked up a pencil. He didn't know what to say, so he wrote, "The river took him." The next day, another line, "But I still hear his footsteps in the water." And so it began. Line by line, page by page, Kazuto poured his grief into the notebook. No one told him what to write. No one asked. But Mr. Takeda always left the notebook in the exact same spot every day, and Kazuto always returned it, filled with more. Weeks passed. The rice fields grew green again. So did Kazuto. One morning, he raised his hand in class, just to answer a question about a poem, but every student stared. Mr. Takeda just smiled. After class, the teacher walked beside Kazuto to the edge of the schoolyard. The boy asked, "How did you know I needed to write?" Mr. Takeda looked up at the mountains. "Because I once needed to, and someone handed me a notebook." Kazuto nodded, tears filling his eyes for the first time since the funeral. That evening, he returned to the field behind his home. He knelt in the soft earth, and just like his father once showed him, he placed the first seed of the season into the ground. Then another. Then another. Pain doesn't leave us, but we grow roots around it. We learn to stand. We learn to speak again. And with time, everything else follows. If this story touched your heart, stay with us. There are more stories waiting, of healing, of growth, of silent strength blooming in the most unexpected places. Watch the next one. Let your heart listen. Let your soul grow.